All right, welcome everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president and founder of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates quite a bit differently. So I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I also have my co-host Kyle Hershey, my brother and partner, who will demonstrate a little bit more about the technology here in a minute. And our partner, Jose Gonzalez, 27 years in mortgage and real estate, who can talk a little bit more about how this all works as far as the big picture. But for now, I'd like to start and try to explain a little bit more about what makes us different. So I'm going to go ahead and go through our page here. Most of you have probably seen this. I'd like to just take a little bit of time to just kind of talk about the bullet points, explain a little bit more about what we mean here. But basically, most of you have probably joined from this page. You can watch a replay of some of these videos that we do as well if you want to go through it again. But what makes us different? As I mentioned, we are a non-delegated correspondent, and we have done this business model for about the last 4 years in all the different channels. So we started as a branch at a FDIC bank, which was awesome to do all the states. But then we moved to a broker model, which had its own benefits as well, and moved to a non-delegated and a delegated model as well, and had hundreds of MLOs in each different model. And what we found that fits the best for what we like to do is non-delegated. And one of the big reasons here is that we have access to over 60 lenders. I just added a new one this morning and a new one yesterday as well. So it's always growing. And 25 correspondent investors. So over 60 lenders for wholesale and 25 correspondent investors where we are still the lender. Our name is on the documents. A lot of benefits come with that as well. So if you aren't familiar with one channel or the other, the great thing about being non-delegated is we do both channels. Now, why do we want to do both channels? We are different, as I mentioned, because we are all about leads. Myself and Kyle, we come from a technology background. We've spent millions of dollars on all the leads platforms and generated millions of leads for all kinds of companies. So we are all about building you guys lead pipelines. And to close those leads, we do a 50-50 split. But in order to close those, we have to have a home, right? So we need to make sure no matter where it is, whether it's wholesale, brokered relationship, whether it's non-delegated correspondent, table funding, referral, whatever we have to do to help our clients, we're going to make sure we do because we're doing leads at a massive scale. That's really what we're all about and what we've built all this technology for. So again, how do we do that? We have built our own technology. We have our proprietary mortgage CRM with Dialer, which you're about to see. Kyle will show you. Nothing too fancy about the CRM. Every CRM pretty much does the same thing. It really matters how much you use it. So that's great, but we've built every line of code of it, so we don't have to pay for a third-party provider. So that means we've made it for us, by us. We do loans every day. We make it work exactly like we need to. So what makes it more special, though, is when we start adding all the other pieces to make it a real mortgage-based CRM. So along with our regular CRM, we also have integrated the custom website like you're looking at now and the whole 1003 application, MISMO 3.4 file, right? So we have an API with everything to take your customer from signing up as a general lead, name, email, phone number. They can even check out rates on our site as well. We'll talk about that in a little bit, and go all the way from lead to 1003 to submitting their 1003 to instantly pulling their credit to uploading their docs to our AI doc recognition, recognizing their docs and issuing all kinds of different things, our VOEs, all that kind of great stuff that we can do, all integrated through the one system. The customer doesn't have to go anywhere else, and nor do you. It all happens automatically. So really what that does is puts everything together. We have our full CRM, POS, LOS, whatever you want to call it, everything in one spot. There is no other login. There is no other company we pay for these services. Everything we do is integrated into one spot, which Kyle will show you how that all works. And if you guys are familiar with some of the technical stuff, we have a background of doing APIs for over 15 years. So we have built everything through APIs. So we still use Encompass, but you guys don't have to log into Encompass. We still use Optimal Blue. You guys don't have to log into Optimal Blue. We still use Account Check for VOEs. You don't have to log into Account Check. All those kinds of great things that come with the API integrations. So that's a little bit about the technology. Kyle will show you guys how that all works here in a minute. Now, the other thing that we have found through all these different models is a lack of training. So just like we're doing right now, we love to get on here. We do daily trainings every single day with our entire team as a group with hundreds of MLOs where we can do live trainings, bring our partners on, all that kind of good stuff. We want to make sure everybody is in tune with what's going on, especially when we're in more of a remote model here now. We are also very passionate about one-on-one help. So not only do we do group meetings every day, we also have a calendar. Jose just got off a meeting one-on-one with an MLO. To do a loan. I do one-on-one meetings every day as well to help you get unstuck with whatever you need, right? We also have our live support center. So we have live processors in our Zoom room during business hours. Basically, we also have a Saturday shift as well, just to help you guys out wherever you're stuck. If you're stuck on something, stuck onto you, need to press a button, don't know where the button is, we have that help where they can actually grab a hold of your screen and show you exactly what to click. We also have our online training center. So we have our actual courses, more like a actual classroom type setup, right? Where you go through the different courses, it's all gated, there's assignments, there's quizzes, all that kind of good stuff to get you started. That's available 24/7 for you guys. The other resource that we love to have for you guys is our knowledge center. That includes articles from our partners, videos from us, basically all the different thousands of resources that come from all our different lenders, hundreds of programs, different ads, all kinds of different things that we need to put in there where you guys can just search at a click of a button any question you have. The first stop will be there in the knowledge center, where we probably have it all listed up for you in a whole PDF and a whole guide to whatever you need to do. As we mentioned, we're very passionate about leads. So we also not only give you guys leads at a 50-50 split, unlimited, but we also love to set you guys up with your own leads. So if you already have a lead campaign, great. We can show you how to route those leads into your CRM, get them generating that 1003 instantly, pulling their credit instantly, uploading their docs instantly, all that great stuff that come with our system. You can pop your leads right in there. Or if you don't have your leads going, we can show you how to set it up. So you can copy our ad campaigns that are already approved by our lawyers, go ahead and put those out under your wing, and you don't have to pay a lead split on them. So Kyle will show you how all that works in a second as well. One of the last bullet points here that I'm very passionate about when I work with my clients, and I did a lot of loans, over the last couple of years, was the DSCR business purpose. So very popular now that, non-QM is going up and conventional, business has gone down. The DSCR is now a popular word, but we've been doing this for about 4 years. So we're very passionate about DSCR business. And the great thing about DSCR business purpose loans, we can do those outside of our state footprint. So we can do those in about 30 different states without necessarily having a license. So when we have a customer, 10, 20, 30 properties, we can still do their primary home wherever they live. Hopefully we're licensed. But if they have rental properties in multiple states, we still want to help our client out, right? And do 10, 20 refis for them, no matter what state they're in. So we love to be able to do that. That's the kinds of leads we focus on, which Kyle will talk about here in a minute. We are also very passionate about no monthly fees. So since we've built everything that you're about to see from the ground up, we've written thousands of lines of code, employed many different developers over many tens of years to build everything you're about to see. We can pass those savings on to you guys. We don't have to go and pay outside services. So there's no monthly fees, no tech fees, no desk fees, no weird fees of any kind. What you see is what you get. So let's go into the compensation now. Now, everybody's always drawn, obviously, to the large one, but I'll try to do my best to explain all three plans. Now that we're in control of our own lender, right? We've been a branch for a while. Now that we are the lender, we've decided that these are the plans that work best for our business model. Again, we're really focused on leads. So I'll explain. This might look a little different than what you might think. So please just follow along with me here. Obviously, everybody's drawn to the senior plan. This is the goal. We want to get everybody producing, doing your own disclosures, all that great stuff. No problem. We make great commission, 200 basis points. If you're not familiar with that nomenclature, 200 basis points is 2%. That's on all your conventional, non-QM, regular stuff, pretty much everybody's used to. There's obviously a little bit different compensations on, HELOCs, commercial, true commercial, stuff like that. You guys can click the button and check out all the details there. As I mentioned, that includes all our software, all for free. Unlimited leads at 50-50 split. We love to feed our senior loan officers with leads. And one of the best lead resources for our senior loan officers is our loan officer assistant. So we'll talk about that here in a second. We also have team leader opportunities. Once you're a senior loan officer and you're rocking and rolling and you know the system, great. We can upgrade you to a team leader. And also recruiting bonus as well included once you get rocking and rolling. Now, how do you get up to senior loan officer? Everybody, whether you've done 1,000 loans or you're doing your first loan, great. We love people that have done a lot of loans. We just want to make sure you can use our system. So we want to make sure everybody starts as a loan officer where we can get one-on-one, help you with those first few files. Jose will help you actually disclose those, go through page by page in Encompass, make sure everything's perfect, make sure everything works, make sure everything's going to close. You're all good. So you have a lower commission just on those first files. If you notice here in the fine print, 6 loans upgraded due to senior LO, right? So we want to close your first 6 loans at a little bit lower comp. Jose will help you hand in hand, or whoever your team leader or branch manager is if you're here under branch manager. And you're going to make 150 basis points or 1.5% commission on those loans for all the conventional non-QM stuff we're used to. And you still have access to leads. So you have access to unlimited leads at the 50-50 split. So if you close a deal of a company lead and you're on the loan officer plan, you would make 75 basis points or 0.75%. And we have no problem with you guys. If you've closed a lot of loans, go ahead and try our leads out. Make those your first 6 loans, no problem. As soon as you close 6 loans, we'll get you upgraded to your full maximum compensation. You'll be able to just close loans yourself and get rocking and rolling on the senior loan officer plan. Now, if you're not ready to be a loan officer, or maybe you're not quite full-time, you don't want to necessarily sign the 1003 and all the responsibilities that come with that, we do have an option for that for people that do have a license and still want to make great commission. You could be what we call a loan officer assistant. So this might not be what you're used to. So again, you're not an assistant that's the full-time working for the company. This is for you to make a referral to a senior loan officer because you don't want to necessarily sign that 1003 and be the full-time loan officer responsible for that file. So you're still going to make 75 basis points or 0.75% to refer your customer, your friend, your family member, whoever it is, to a senior loan officer who knows exactly what to do, exactly what button to click when, exactly how to get the appraisal done, and all that kind of good stuff to get everything moving along smoothly. So this is a great option for people who want to learn. You'll be tagged on the file because you're going to be the assistant on that file. You're not the senior loan officer's assistant. You don't work specifically for any specific person, but when that's your friend, your family member, maybe you're a realtor and it's your client, you want to make sure they're taken care of. So you're going to be that point of contact. You're going to gather their information, and you're going to make those phone calls and those points of contact with that person. And the senior loan officer will be there to press the buttons and do exactly what they need to do, exactly when they need to do it. So you guys will work as a team on that file. So you'll still have access to all the software and stuff. You'll still have access to some of our cold call leads and stuff that Kyle will show you here in a minute. And you're going to refer leads to senior loan officers and learn a little bit about the business. And of course, you can upgrade anytime. So once you do a couple deals, you just want to see how it works. Great. You can join as this, then go ahead and upgrade as a loan officer once you're ready to sign those 1003s and put your foot out there. And as soon as you close 6 loans, you'll go ahead and upgrade to senior loan officer. So we want to try to make it simple for you guys. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, obviously throw them in the chat. For the next part here, though, we usually want to go through exactly how everything works. So Kyle can actually take over and show a little bit of the back end of how all the CRM and software goes together.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to just demo a few things here. Now, of course, when you come on board, we'll do a whole training on this, right? But just want to highlight a few features of our system here. So what you'll see here is our CRM, basic CRM, right? Just like Nick said, like everything else, you can send texts and emails and notes and set reminders, and you can put them on action plans, automated drip campaigns to text clients over, text and email them over the course of years, all that kind of good stuff that typically comes with the CRM. But one of the things that really sets us apart here is our quoting system. So you can see here, within 2 minutes, I can put in 6 pieces of info from a client, get the rates via our Optimal Blue in 1 click. And within 2 minutes, I can send an automatic text and email to the borrower with a nice, pretty quote that looks like this on my website, right? All the different rate choices. They can see what these things mean. It pulls in the Google map automatically, pulls in the Zestimate automatically, pulls in the loan info here, does a breakdown of the taxes, insurance, HOA fees, the estimated closing fees. Of course, most importantly, you here as the loan originator, and you can also attach your realtors to the quote. And your realtor partners absolutely love this. They know when they send you a client, you can not only quote them within minutes with a nice, pretty quote, but you can attach them to the quote. So you're saying to their client, hey, we are your team that's going to push this deal across the finish line. I promise you do this with one of your realtor partners. They're never sending the client anywhere else. They want to be on the quotes, in their client's face, copied on the quotes. They absolutely love this, right? Now, even cooler is that your client can start their loan application right here by clicking this button. They click this button, it takes them to their borrower portal. And let me show you what that looks like here. They come in here and they start their loan application right away here through our system. They don't leave the page. They fill out their 1003 and give consent and pull their own credit instantly. It also prompts them to upload the documents right here, right? We get the e-consent, of course, first, and then they can see their loan info. They can see the milestone of where their loans are at. They can contact you through here. So this is their borrower portal that they go to instantly once they proceed with one of your quotes. And now let me show you what it looks like on your end now. Now on your end, you have your docs tab where you can see their 1003. You can help them fill out their 1003. You can help them upload documents. Most importantly, you can request more documents. Let's say you need 12 months bank statements, boom. Now it's asking them for 12 months bank statements, right? Let's say you want to change the whole loan and say, you know what, we're actually going to change this to a DSCR loan. So I'm going to replace that. So I'm only going to ask them for the documents we need for a DSCR loan, and boom, it's done, right? Maybe you don't know what documents you need for a VA loan, but if you switch the packet to this, it's going to tell you exactly what kind of documents you need. You can also get signatures and say, hey, I need a signature from them. It's going to prompt them to sign that document in their borrower portal. They don't have to leave the page. It pulls in from our eSign API. Just don't even have to go anywhere else in the system. And of course, you can request custom document types, whatever the underwriter may have asked for, you know, something like that, right? So you not only can, you know, help them documents, 1003, all that kind of stuff, but you can request more things through here as well. Now, once they fill out their 1003 and they give permission to pull credit, now when we go into our Encompass API here, it's already going to have their 1003 in it. It's going to have their credit in it. Everything's going to be here. I'm not going to open it because obviously this is on a test profile, but we have Encompass all in here. And you don't have to leave here. You don't have to log into Encompass. You don't have to log into the credit agency to pull their credit. Everything is here in this one system. You never have to leave our system here, right? So now, once we've actually, you know, done the loan here, we're going to keep track of everything on our pipeline tab. So you'll see our pipeline tab. We're going to show all of our different loans, maybe what lenders or investors they may be at. We're going to show, you know, the client name, the loan amount, the loan numbers, but most importantly, the milestone of where the loan is at. When the appraisal is received, you're going to change the status, and it's going to ask you if you want to let the client know, which also lets the realtor know, right? So you can change the milestone. Now everybody knows the appraisal received. We know, you know, your system knows, the realtor knows, the client knows, and we're going to keep everybody updated automatically throughout the process. Keep in mind, the #1 complaint from both customers and real estate agents about loan officers is lack of communication. So there's all kinds of things put into our system here automatically that are going to solve that problem and make sure that we are serving our clients quickly and keeping everyone updated on the progress all the way through the entire loan. So now that we've talked about how to actually do a loan from our system, you see how we can have it go from lead to quote, to documents, to credit, to doing the loan in Encompass, to keeping track of the loan, start to finish here in our system. But let's talk about where the loan comes from in the first place, right? Let's talk about the leads. Now, the first way that we provide you leads is through our lead campaigns, Facebook, Instagram, and I'll have Nick talk about that a little bit later. He's kind of the lead guy. And those are going to be coming into your phone all day. These are exclusive leads that are coming from our ad campaigns in real time. Let me show you what this actually looks like. This is a real test account of mine. And you'll see since 9 a.m. this morning, I'm getting texts with all kinds of leads, purchase leads, national business purpose, DSCR leads, trigger leads that we get in real time, regular purchase leads. This is all just from this morning, right? For one test account. And it's just going all day long, all different types of leads. We have 5 to 8 unit mixed use leads in here, DSCR leads, foreign national leads, all different kinds of leads here all day. Every day are going to be coming to your phone. Those are our hot, fresh leads from our ad campaigns. The other type of leads we have are in our auto dialer. So we have the auto dialer here. You can call 300-400 people in a day, easy, without hanging up the phone. You can press a button to drop the automatic text and emails to them. So you can go boom, 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 next caller, drop the automated text and email and keep going, right? And we have all different kinds of lists in here. We have commercial, we have cold calls, we have, you know, realtor calls, we have trigger lead calls. We have all different kinds of calls in here for when you want to really ramp up and get some extra business. You can use the auto dialer to call a few hundred of them in a day. The other way that we provide to work leads in our system is that you can purchase leads. So the same leads that we're giving you on a split, these same leads from our ad campaigns that we've dialed in, you can purchase those to have no split on them, right? So they're only going to come direct to you. You don't have to click to claim them or anything. and you're going to have no lead split on it. So for example, one of our loan officers, Nicole, she did her first deal ever as a loan officer, is a $1,060,000 deal. The person got denied at another lender, came to Nicole. Jose met with her multiple times, helped her restructure the file to a P&L loan, and was able to close it. Her first loan ever, $1,060,000. It was from one of our leads, but it was one that she purchased. So she saved $8,000 on that transaction because she purchased the lead. Even though it's one of the leads from our campaigns, it was one that she purchased. So we're going to give you leads all day from our campaigns on the split, but you can also purchase more leads to fill your pipeline with leads that are going to be without a lead split. So that's another way that you can work leads here in our system. The other way that you can work leads is to import leads. So if you have another place that you already get leads from, that's great. You can use your webhook here, right, to bring them into our system in real time. So if you already buy leads from Zillow or Free Rate Update or wherever it is, perfect. You can use the webhook. There's instructions here to do it, and you can bring those leads in real time. You'll get a text and an email just like if we sent you the lead, so you can call them, quote them, gather the documents, do the loan, everything in the system like any other lead, but it's a lead that you've purchased from elsewhere, right? So no matter what way possible, we're going to give you every single way to work leads in our system, whether leads we give you for free, whether the leads that you buy from us or buy from somewhere else, or you go into the dialer and start hitting the cold calls and the realtor calls and all the different lists in the dialer. There's always something for you to do, always leads for you to attack here in our system. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nick to talk about the type of leads we get and why, right? So Nick is kind of the lead person. He is certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate. He's certified by Facebook as a media planning professional. He's certified by Google as a Google Ad Search specialist. And we've been doing marketing for our companies and other companies for over 15 years. So this is really what Nick specializes in. So I'm going to let him talk a little bit about the type of leads we get, why. Then we'll have Jose talk about the support we have here. Then we'll open it up to questions. So go ahead, Nick.
Right. So yeah, anytime we go about kind of planning a lead campaign, we want to make sure we do something unique. So we've always set about for the last 4 years or so to do something different than what the big guys were doing. So we never want to kind of like chase the bottom or chase the big guys around for the leads that are spending billions of dollars and obviously getting competitive with compensation with you guys as well. So a lot of you guys might have come from some of the big shops where they obviously reduce their compensation so they get more competitive on a larger scale. So we want to do the exact opposite, right? So we want to advertise to customers that the big guys aren't advertising and do the programs that they're not advertising and basically service those customers that are underserved by the big guys. So we're going to advertise to the exact opposite of customers that the Rockets can't service, right? These are the investors with a dozen or 100 rental properties. These are the self-employed borrowers with bank statement. These are the crypto people. We do a lot of crypto type of people loans, right? In the new kind of economy, or people that just don't even know they can qualify. No matter what their issue is, they're not being served, under the big guys. So we're going to advertise to them, target them specifically, everybody that the big guys aren't. We're going to advertise the programs that the big guys don't have. And we're going to knock it out the park with the non-QM programs, basically the bank statement programs, the no ratio programs, the DSCR programs for the investors, all the different commercial options we have, the fix and flip stuff. We get a lot of interest from that. So since we're advertising all the alternative programs that nobody else is, we're going to get those unique customers and we're going to give them the programs they either didn't know existed or we're going to have some of the best outlets for. So we really focus on getting people through the exact kind of opposite method there. And then obviously we knock it out the park with having the great programs and rates for you guys. So we've worked to get the correspondent license, to get great pricing on all our stuff. So we're really able to knock it out of the park for those clients and not have to reduce your guys' compensation. We can still pay you guys great compensation. So we figure that's the best thing that works for us. We want to make sure we focus on doing something that's unique and different and basically exactly the opposite of what the big guys are doing. And Kyle always wants me to basically say that although we're going to get them under a ad that they probably didn't know existed, or a bank statement program. Doesn't mean we don't do conventional FHA, VA, USDA, all that kind of good stuff, because when we get the customer, we're still going to analyze their income as we have to. They thought they needed a bank statement program, but we're going to do the analysis, right? Just because Rocket wasn't able to do the proper analysis on someone with 50 properties on their Schedule E and a couple Schedule Cs and a Schedule F for their farm, all this weird stuff that they're not willing or able to do, we're going to teach you guys how to do that. We're going to do that for that client, and we're going to be that consultant for that client for life. They're not going to worry about price, because we're the people who crack the code to change them from never being able to get a loan to they qualify no problem conventional. And then we can also do DSCR loans for all the rental properties, all that kind of good stuff. So we still want to do conventional loans. If they qualify for VA, great, we're still going to do that. We want to make sure we go through the proper course and help people who think they might not be able to qualify that do. So we end up doing quite a bit of conventional stuff as well, especially for people's primary second homes, even though we're advertising a lot of the DSCR type of programs to investors specifically, is really where we knock it out the park. And you get 10, 15 loans from one person is really pretty cool. Is that good enough for you there, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I want to do now is bring Jose in here to talk about how he plays a role here and the kind of support that we have. And then we'll go ahead and open it up to questions. So go ahead, Jose.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? Jose Gonzalez here, 27 years licensed since September of 1995. Some of you probably weren't even born then. I was already slinging loans and homes too, because I have both licenses actually full-time since September of 95, which I believe is a big benefit. So we do love our realtors that are also MLOs. I really makes me smile what Nick was talking about right now regarding multiple properties from investors, because that is the beauty of the marketing, which we do. I just disclosed for one MLO, brand new MLO too, helping him already disclose 3 files. Now we're going to disclose, I believe, another 5 files for the same investor. Happens to be a realtor, so you know that's going to be money in the bank for years to come. He impressed him so much with the first 3 files that he disclosed that he immediately committed to giving him 5 more, and I'm sure there'll be many more to come, as well as many more referrals to come. So I always love it when I'm meeting with people that have never done the non-QM DSCR thing, as they like to say it, and then all of a sudden they're getting multiple files and they're seeing the proof is in the pudding. Because if they were still trying to rehash the same old, try to do those agency loans, they'd still be basically getting no deals. So there is definitely a lot of business in what we're doing. The conversion rate on the leads is very good, and obviously that's going to depend on your ability to reach out to the borrower and follow up with the borrower. But the conversion rate is really good, because the majority of the deals that I am disclosing are leads, either leads that were supplied by the team or leads that are part of a lead pack that the individual purchased, which is a monthly deal. And of course, I am here locked and loaded to help you structure your files, help you disclose your files as needed. We don't miss disclosure periods unless you missed it yourself for some other reason, that the customer changed their mind or you inadvertently triggered the file and it wasn't ready for disclosure. But if you need to disclose a file, we'll disclose it at whatever time it needs to be disclosed. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, weekend, whatever it is, we're going to disclose the file, because that is really what we're all aiming to do, get those files in the pipeline, and then of course close them. And we will be here to help walk you through the whole process in the beginning, because there's a lot of stuff coming at you, a lot of confusion, but we will be here to basically give you that concierge service, grab you by the hand and pull you all the way through, of course, with our team of in-house processors, Zoom room available for immediate support pretty much every day, Monday through Saturday, should I say, from 11 to 7. And we also have coverage Monday through Fridays, I believe, starting at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. So there is a lot of coverage for you to get that immediate gratification that most of us like to get. So looking forward to helping you structure and disclose many deals and have you see how fun it is to be an MLO doing investor loans with people that are just tripping over themselves to find you, for you to be able to help them out.
Perfect. Thank you, Jose. Okay, next steps here. When you are ready to move forward, go ahead and click the plan that is applicable to you. It's going to take you to fill out a form. Once you fill that out, it's going to pop up the initial compensation agreement. Now, you don't have to sign it right now. It's going to email you a copy too. So take your time, look it over. But once you sign that initial agreement, that will kick off all of the next steps. We'll send you all the instructions for us to sponsor your license and get your employment docs and sign the compliance manual, you know, all that different kind of stuff. So first step's going to be to sign up here. Nick can drop it in the chat for me. It's the mortgagecalculator.com/join. I can actually drop it in the chat here as well. And you're going to go ahead and sign up there. And then, as I said, once you sign that initial agreement, that'll kind of kick everything off. So with that being said, Nick, you want to go ahead and stop recording